Hola chavales, estamos aquí en un nuevo vídeo de Until Dawn. Y esta vez, como podéis apreciar en el título, aparece un cómo se hizo, ¿no? Pues sí, estáis en lo correcto. Vamos a ver los contenidos de bonificación. Pero antes de todo, ahora aquí mirando un poco en Until Dawn, he visto que pone ahí capítulos, como podéis ver. Y esto, si leéis aquí abajo, pone selecciona el episodio para volver a jugarlo y cambiar la historia. Es decir, que si yo por ejemplo me voy a esta historia, que es cuando Jessica muere, la puedo salvar. Y aquí, que es donde Ortiz me dijo, creo, no, aquí, donde Ortiz me dijo, no, fue en este, que no hicieron, que hicieron una cosa y murió Emily, le podría cambiar la historia, ¿no? Pero eso no es a lo que hemos venido a ver los contenidos de bonificación, es decir, un making of de cómo se hizo. Y tenemos actualmente 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tenemos 6. No sé si dará tiempo a verlo. Vamos a estar 40 minutos o algo así. Y vamos a ver cómo se hizo Until Dawn. Comencemos.
Hi, Larry.
Hey, Graham.
Hi, my name is Graham Resnick. I'm a filmmaker, writer, director, sound designer, and I started working with Larry Fessenden about 10, 15 years ago through my friend Ty West, who I grew up with, and have done a lot of sound design with on his films. And he was producing Ty's films at the time, and Ty introduced me to Larry. Larry produced my first feature, and we've written together on several projects.
My name is Larry Fessenden. I'm a filmmaker. I run Glass Eye Picks, which is an independent production company.
Se parece a Victor Wilgram, ¿no?
We make indie movies, a lot of scary movies as well. And I got a call to audition to write this video game. And I called my pal Graham Resnick because Graham is a gamer. And while I thought I could offer something to the idea of writing this multi-branching story, I knew that I would want Graham's expertise as a lover of gameplay, since I guess games were started. So
And just as a lover.
and as a lover, yes. Which is why there's so many sex jokes in the game.
There was one Italian website that did say
Eso es verdad, hay muchas bromas sexuales.
Until Dawn.
Come here. Maybe
Pobre Jessica, tío. Uf.
I am definitely ready to be handled.
So I wanted Graham by my side. Yeah, and we got the gig, and it's been an amazing ride.
Bastante increíble, tío. Me encantó Until Dawn.
Oh my god, she's taking her shirt off. What? Oh my god. Matt, what are you doing here? Hannah.
I'm sorry, Hannah.
Hey,
This all
don't
got out of
worry,
hand,
just
but
So in the game, the basic setup is that a year prior to the game's start, all these kids had gone up to a ski lodge that was owned by the parents of one of the kids, or a couple of the kids, and some of the teenagers played a prank on some of the other teenagers, and a terrible tragedy occurred when a few of them, two sisters, ran out into a blizzard, and were never seen from again.
Claro, y aquí es donde viene Victor Wilgram a salvarlas, que ya no lo sabían. Y sin querer la Hannah se tropieza. Y eso creo que va a salir ahora, lo que va a ocurrir.
Now, a year later, this is
No, pues no ha salido.
a group of friends. They've gone through some trials and tribulations in the past year. The brother of the two girls has had a lot of psychological issues, and to kind of help him cope and help them all get over it, they all returned to the lodge a year later, back up on the mountain. And the idea is to get over it, but
The healing does not begin.
yeah. And these kids are all trying to find themselves. They've been through a trauma, but in general, they're just teenagers trying to figure out who they are. So they're all kind of falling into the patterns, the stereotypes, the characters they see on TV and in the movies.
I think we were very interested in taking genre tropes and kind of making them sort of refresh them.
Hey, did you see that? Dad said it'd just be us this weekend.
We're familiar with how slasher movies work. Most people have seen some horror movies, and we have established notions and preconceptions about the roles of the players in horror movies and how they talk and how they get killed and how they have sex. And to bring you into a game that way and then subvert a lot of those expectations is kind of our goal.
They're haunted by some incident that happened in their past, which I think you pretty much figure out that that's going to have a role in their interaction. Yeah, so I think what was fun was we take some sort of stock characters and we try to give them some shape, but at least at the beginning they're recognizable in the way of groups of friends.
Sí, pero luego ya... Sí, el deportista, la malota, la graciosa y todo eso. Sí, está muy bien explicado esto, ¿eh?
We just had so much fun living in the minds of these characters through writing the script.
Jesus!
Uf, esto no me acordaba, tío.
We were looking to get that kind of banter that you
Yeah.
see both in movies, but also that you absolutely have with friends, and sort of those inside jokes. And of course, as writers and as friends ourselves, we sort of developed little tracks, and we try to give the characters that kind of vibe.
Bueno, pues aquí ha acabado el primer contenido de bonificación de hoy. Y claro, estaréis preguntando, pero ¿por qué estás haciendo un vídeo de Until Dawn en vez de Far Cry Primal? Pues no sé si me notáis, si tengo la nariz de un poco de eso, ¿no? Es que estoy como constipado o algo así, no sé, constipado, no sé si es alergia, pero no sé, pero vamos a ver esto. Banda sonora, no sé, hasta el final, y vamos a ver del escenario a la pantalla, parte 1. Mira, este debe ser ahí cómo lo grabaron y todo. Vale, yo creo que vamos a ver la parte 1 y parte 2, ¿vale? Vamos a ver qué tal. Me ha gustado eso de 1000 páginas. Uy, la Play hace cosas raras. Yo creo que el tío ese, el que sale aquí, a ver, este es el Víctor Belgrán. Bueno, vamos a poner el escenario. Until Dawn. Vale. Mira, cómo hola.
Creative director of Until Dawn. The first part of getting a believable facial performance in game is to capture topographically the actor's range of emotional expressions as separate versions of the same head. Every tiny nuance gets digitized and merged, effectively creating a model that can recreate every facial movement that the actor makes. Once the topography has been recorded, the actor's performance itself can be captured by using
La Emily,
determined set of
mírala.
marker points drawn precisely on the face and a high-def helmet cam wirelessly linked to capture devices. The camera is the small box where it looks like the
Este es
microphone.
Chris.
It records in high def. the
Mirar a
movement
Matt,
of the
tío,
dots
todo el pelo que
throughout
tiene
the
y lo poco que le
performance,
ponen.
the expressions captured earlier. Unlike other systems, this form of capture is far less lossy because there
La
are
Emily,
fewer
mírala.
interpretations between performance captured and performance rendered finally in game. The audio is also recorded via two separate lavalier mics.
Hola, el que le estoy viendo.
It takes a while for the actors to acclimatise to carrying around the recording devices and the helmet cams, but very soon the shoot becomes similar to any other effects shoot or a green screen shoot. The actors in these scenes are only recording facial animation, but use cursory body movements for pacing.
Wait, and maybe we should all stick together and find everybody and make sure that we're all okay, so...
1-1, the year before the prank. Take 2, Mark.
Other than the other actors, they have to use their imagination for everything and everywhere that they are supposed to be seeing and feeling. From a hot midday studio in Los Angeles to a freezing midnight mountain in British Columbia.
Cómo mola, tú, está chulo, ¿eh? ¿Ya has acabado? Bueno, vamos a poner la parte 2. Bastante chulo, me gusta esta del escenario a la pantalla. Vamos a ver la segunda parte. Está bastante chulo. Por mí ya iría a un videojuego, ficharme Play. A ver.
Because Until Dawn has a dynamic, ever-changing story, the facial performances and the body performances are recorded separately with different systems.
Mira, grabaron todo diferente. Cada uno por su lado.
With the body capture, we use reflective bead suits and an infrared camera matrix system that drives the CG bone hierarchies in our character models. These performances cover everything from character locomotion, scene-specific performances and stunt work, most of which was recorded at studios in Pinewood and Shepperton, near London.
Hannah. Hello?
Combining all the elements seamlessly in the final game becomes a formidable editing and logistical task. Every variation, both physical and emotional, must be combined in these multi-edits. Scaffolding props have to stand in for the sets, because the hundreds of infrared cameras have to be able to see all of the reflective beads on the
Mirad qué traje, chavales. Y usa... Ah, ¿ya se ha acabado? Bueno, usan trajes así. Pero qué diablos, dándole vida. A ver, si el que está en directo puede poner un comentario que diga cuál quiere, ¿vale? Voy a dejar la opción. Pero qué diablos, dándole vida y banda sonora. Mientras que vamos a esperarle un poco a ver si pone un comentario, ¿vale? Joder, macho, ¿cómo tengo la nariz, ¿vale? Vamos a ver aquí nuevos estados y coleccionables. A ver qué nos habíamos dejado. A ver, un descubrimiento clave. Esto ya es... Ah, mírale. Uf. Qué recuerdos, tío. Vale, no... Parece que no pone comentarios. Vale, dándole vida. Vamos. Con los Wendigos. Tiene todo el tiempo para ponerlo. Ahora os veo.
Just move over there. Go on, move. Let me say what I came to say. I'm here to tell you what you're up against being back on this mountain. You should never have returned. I don't know why you did after what happened last year.
You mean with Hannah and Beth?
Yeah, how could you know without being involved?
I don't take kindly to you kids coming up here to my mountain.
Your mountain.
The mountain don't
Sí, este era el tío que hablaba antes, porque le faltan los dientes aquí. Es igual, tío, cómo mola, macho. Cómo mola. Mira, sois dos ahora.
Hi, this is Lee Robinson, production designer at Supermassive Games. Understanding the ancient myths of the Wendigo was key for their development that helped the visual look. Through sketches and concepts, these elements were visualized, such as eyes being milky, almost dead, with loss of lips and eyelids due to frostbite, fangs growing and arms and legs getting longer, with skin hardening and thickening to look snarling and menacing, yet withered and lean.
The hell was that? Another fucking piece of...
Hola, a los tres, pon un comentario a ver si...
Allowing them to climb
Que os quiero saber quién me ve ahora.
and weathered and having ragged remains of clothes they wore, blood-stained and rotten, with patches of hair still remaining. They retained strong skeletal limbs.
Casi hago lo de no te muevas, macho.
Environment.
Where are you?
My name is Jamie Gallipo, animation director at Supermassive. The overall direction on the creature was to be very strong, to be extremely fast. We wanted a spider-like movement to the creature. 1 minute scampering to leaping and then crawling, almost instantaneous. And finally, we wanted the creature to have this real, uncontrollable thirst for flesh.
From a sound design perspective, the Wendigo is a real challenge. For the main vocalisations of the Wendigo, we used our own vocalisations, various different animals from the exotic to the farmyard, various plugins and processes to gel these sounds together and keep a human resonance behind that voice, telling the backstory of the Wendigo.
¿Veis? Esta era la parte en la que yo no estuve. Bueno, no pude jugarla debido a que... Vale. No pude jugar debido a que... se nos murieron los dos personajes estos principales que van luego por libre. Y claro, finalmente no se le pudo salvar. Y esto es lo que hubiera ocurrido. Dime que no les pasa nada. Vale, vale. A los dos que estáis, ¿qué preferís? Los tres que sois. Banda sonora. Oh, pero qué diablos. Venga, va, tenéis tiempo, tenéis tiempo. Si me da tiempo, a lo mejor empiezo con los capítulos para intentar salvar a Jessica y a Matt. Uff. Venga, va, que tenéis tiempo. Va, que podéis. Solo pon un comentario, banda sonora. Pero qué diablos. Venga, que podéis. Bueno, pues si no, mientras tanto os voy explicando que muchas gracias a la cantidad de visualizaciones que tuvo el anterior vídeo de Call of Duty, que llegó a un huevo de visualizaciones, tío. No sé si era por la música o porque era un 1 para 1, o bueno, que ya directamente era un vídeo y lo queríais ver, pero me encantó, tío, todas las visualizaciones que tenía. Bueno, que esto no carga, no ponéis comentarios, no pasa nada, no. Vamos a ver. Banda sonora. A ver cómo se hizo. A ver cómo intentaban fastidiar, ¿no? Con la banda sonora. Vamos a ver qué ocurre con la banda sonora. Sonora, tío. Sonora. The score. Multitud de peña, ¿no? Ahí, tocando.
Jason Graves, and I'm the composer for Until Dawn. I've been involved with Until Dawn for about a year now. Originally, I was
Estoy aquí manchado porque he hecho una cosa ahora mismo y básicamente estoy manchado por todos lados, ¿vale? Tienes experiencia.
Not the fact that my last name is Graves, although a lot of people seem to associate my name with scary music.
Su apellido es Tumba y en inglés es Grave. Al revés, Grave, pero su apellido significa tumba.
Really wanted something unique for the music. They wanted the music to stand out and be a character on its own in the game. When I'm first starting on a new score, and it doesn't matter if it's film, television, or games, I always end up going to the main theme. Sometimes the developer or producer isn't even necessarily interested in the main theme at the beginning. I just want to do it for myself, because for me the main theme is the identity of the game. It establishes the mood, the atmosphere, and the character of the music and how it's going to be playing in the background. And that's what we did with Until Dawn. That was actually my demo pitch to Supermassive Games. I put a main theme together, recorded all the instruments at my studio, and sent it to them. And they liked it. We actually ended up recording that exact theme, all the instruments and everything, live here at Ocean Way, probably 9 months ago. And that's what we've been using in all the demos for the game, and that's the final version of the theme that is the main theme that you'll hear on the menus and in some key pieces of gameplay.
El tío este como que estaba muy chalao, ¿no? El pobre tío, el pobre. No sé, como que yo le veo muy chalao al pobre tío. Es que ahí como mi apellido es Tumba, ¿vale? Y dice que le encanta el terror, tío.
There's something about scary music. I think it's maybe the lack of rules. The biggest rule in scary music is there are no rules.
Mirarle la cara, tío, está. Rules.
If you end up doing things that
Rules.
feel like they would work out together,
Rules.
more effective scary music. So that's what really drew me to Until Dawn was the textures, plus writing thematic material that is interwoven with the scary textures. I haven't really done anything like that before. Usually it was just all tension all the time, and that's fun and it's great. But I'm actually at heart a very melodic composer. That's the kind of music I love listening to, and that's the kind of music I love writing. That's the kind of music I got to work on in Until Dawn. Very nice. Same thing.
Vale, y nos queda el último vídeo. ¿Pero qué diablos? Perdón. Había que hacerlo. ¿Pero qué diablos?
America's North Woods border region. Within this land of 10,000 lakes and miles of dense timber, a hideous creature is believed to lurk.
The North Woods is probably one of the last frontiers in America. There's still a lot of places in this area that hasn't been set foot by man. Monsters and mysteries exist here because it is remote.
Up in the North Woods, winters are long. In times of biting cold and isolation, a devouring monster is believed to come forth. It's terrorized native people for generations.
Growing up, I was told, like, don't go outside, the Wendigo will get you.
Among the traditions of the northern Algonquin tribes is the Wendigo, a monster that can seize hold of a person to carry out its hunger for human flesh.
Many Native Americans fear even talking about this Wendigo, and even the mention of the name will let the Wendigo find out where you are, and it will open you up to be possessed by this Wendigo.
The most famous case of a Wendigo possession took place in 1879. In the deep woods outside of Edmonton, Alberta. Swift Runner, a Cree Indian, was a trapper and a guide. He had left town the previous
Esto como que los Wendigos sean reales, ¿no? Parece que esto asegura como que los Wendigos son reales, tú. No sé, no creo,
To a nearby village telling this heartbreaking tale.
I had to watch them starve to death.
Of his family being killed by starvation, and that he was the only survivor.
My whole family gone.
It wasn't hard to understand a family falling victim to a brutal winter.
To even not.
Yet something was suspicious about Swift Runner.
He was a strapping man, and he came into town weighing over 200 pounds. It didn't look like somebody who had just weathered a terrible winter. He wasn't malnourished, didn't look like he was starving. He looked healthier than ever.
After a few nights, it became clear that something was wrong.
He started having night terrors, screaming in his sleep.
I am the Wendigo!
Villagers alerted the police.
Swift Runner actually guided them back to his winter cabin. When they got there, that's when they saw the true horror. Human skulls were scattered around, many bones, some of which had been snapped in half, and the marrow inside had been drained. They had never seen anything like it. Swift Runner had killed his entire family, shooting them, hitting them with an axe, strangling, and then eating most of their bodies.
Right up until the moment the noose was on his neck, Swift Runner swore the evil spirit of the Wendigo had possessed him and twisted him into a cannibal killer.
When he was on the gallows, Swift Runner himself said, "I am no longer a man."
¿Pero qué diablos? Ostras, qué chulo, tío. Until Dawn, macho. Es que un juegazo, mejor dicho, tío. Uff, chavales, hasta aquí el vídeo de hoy, macho. Espero que os haya gustado. La semana que viene, estar atentos porque a lo mejor hago un vídeo de Until Dawn 9 horas seguidas pasándome el juego. Es decir, si queréis ver media hora lo podéis ver, pero vosotros ver lo que queráis. Un minuto, me da igual, pero con estar con vosotros un buen rato. Yo voy a estar las 9 horas jugando con Ortiz, lo más seguro, o con alguien más, no sé. Espero que os guste, ¿vale? Bastante. La semana que viene a lo mejor, no afirmo, hay vídeo para Almenda, pero bueno, que espero que os haya gustado, que apoyar mucho las series que siga trayendo al canal. Y nada, un abrazo y hasta la próxima, chavales. Dejarle que... Venga, adiós.